Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be comparing the new premium limited vehicle, an Apache variant known as the Apache Longbow, versus the already existing Game Pass vehicle, the Mi-28 Havoc. And so, to start, we're going to have to compare the speed and HP of both of these vehicles when they are maxed out. So, in terms of HP, the Apache, as you might see for the health, has 910, I believe it is. Yeah, I'm putting this in editing because you can just times 700 times 1.3, and that's the maxed health of the vehicle. And then the speed is 190 times 1.3. So, yeah, it has whatever speed, and then the health should be, I think, 910. Then the Havoc has more speed and more health, which would give the Havoc 2 points because it's literally better in health and speed. Which begs the question: is the firepower of the Apache Longbow any better? Because if not, there's no reason to buy the Apache Longbow. And the ground radar is also pretty much useless, so I'm not even going to count that as a special feature with another point, which I'm grading these on a point system. The ground radar is useless. So, the question is, whose firepower is better? And so, let's get into anti-air and anti-ground firepower so we can figure out what one is better. Because anti-air and anti-ground are very important, and they're separate things, so gotta test out them separately, man. So, the first test we're doing is the firepower against air vehicles. So, you're waiting for my friend to get their hind. There. Please do not crash into me. Havoc, land right there, please. Alright, please just come level with me. And so, to start, the firepower against our big old friend, the hind, is the following. So, as we lock the hind, we can click F and it doesn't work. There we go. It does 275 times 4 damage, but you're also going to multiply it by the fact that this is not a max helicopter, so 275 times 4 times 1.3 to account for the 30% bonus. Alright, so that's the damage it does, and then the damage that the Havoc does is the following. So we lock, we fire, 156. Alright, it does 156 damage, so 156 times 4 times 1.3. And I already know that this guy does more damage. So to start, the winner of the first firepower contest is this beauty. And so the next contest is against ground vehicles. So please, just go and get a ground vehicle for us, a challenge or two if you may so do. So me and my fellow helicopter are going to go over to our friend's base now. So follow me. So ground firepower consists of a few things. The main thing being against tanks, but a secondary thing being against, well, notably enough, infantry. That is, alright, just drive it out. Is that camo? No, it's just the radar makes it look weird. Alright, so please disable your APS. And then, these missiles do 125, tested twice. Yep, these do 125 to ground vehicles. 125 times 16 times 1.3. That's a big number. Alright, Havoc, please land. Oh yeah, can you please get out of your tank so I can test the anti-imagery aspect against ground? Please get out of your tank just so I can test against infantry. So, if you don't direct hit, it does, like, no damage at all. But it can shoot pretty fast. It does massive damage to infantry. Most helicopters do. Hello. You go in mine, I go in yours. There's a pilot seat. So just, actually wait. L3, come here. Get out. Go right there. This one, same exact stuff, except it fires faster. Yeah, you were getting disposed of. You knew too much. So this thing's missiles do 130, which is more. So 130 times 8 times 1.3. It's still less, obviously, but that's a good damage amount. It does 33 with the main cannon. I actually haven't tested the rockets yet, which the rockets are mostly going to be used against infantry. Rockets do 98 times 10 times 100 times 1.3. I don't know why I was going to say 120. And this thing's gun does less damage. So in terms of firepower, I'm going to go calculate it, and then I'm going to come back to this exact moment and finish off saying what needs to be said. Alright, on to right now, you will see the math. So, combining rockets and the missiles of the Mi-28, it does slightly more damage than this, honestly, crappy vehicle. It's not worth 1.2k Robux. 1.3k Robux, that is actually 1.3k. Don't let that 1,299 fool you. If you had 1 Robux, it's 1.3k. So just treat it like that. That's just something most people in business do. I would do it actually, to be honest. But yeah, no. The Mi-28 is overall better. I didn't even account for the guns, but this one's gun, I don't think it fires faster, but it fires and does a lot more damage, as you saw. 33 instead of 25 against Shally 2. So yeah. And cutting off the audio from the clip because I ended up talking for too long. Yeah, the Mi-28 has better HP, better firepower against ground. Its air firepower is slightly worse, and then its gun is better. Pretty much everything about the Mi-28 is better than the Apache variant. So yeah, do not buy the Apache. It is like 500 Robux. It's more expensive, or 400. It's not worth it though. It's a lot worse. It is a lot worse than the Havoc actually. So yeah, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.